It's part deux.
She yelled at me, but she didn't spit on me, so that's good news.
I tried.
Yeah.
I try not to spit. I'm Candace.
I'm Natalia.
And this is not a single fork, just another podcast about food and cooking, but we're keeping it real.
Real. So we're going to continue on our BuzzFeed article.
We are. I like it.
Yes.
I like this article.
So far, so good. Okay, this is a weird one.
Okay.
As one culinary school grad suggests.
Okay.
Treat heat like an ingredient. Don't use high heat when you want to go low and slow, or keep your pan on a simmer when you're trying to develop a nice crust. Okay, I think what they're just trying to say is like, focus on your fucking heat. Because everyone in class wants to cook everything on high because they're hungry. And it doesn't work that way.
Well, and then and this is another thing that they do is we'll adjust their temperature.
And then they'll change it.
And then they'll change it. They'll turn it up like buttheads.
You know it's always men that do that.
I know.
Okay. 27. Unless you're making risotto, never stir rice while you're cooking it.
That's correct.
That's how it goes from fluffy to sticky and starchy.
Well, and really, rice is hard for people. I understand that. But all you really have to do is get it to a boil, turn your heat down to simmer, and put the lid on it and walk away.
Yeah, walk away. Don't make it too complicated. I did that for a long time. You just don't have to.
No.
When you're making pasta, once it's just about al dente, finish cooking it in the sauce, adding in some of the leftover pasta water. Your sauce will get silkier and will cling to the pasta so much better, making for a real Italian restaurant quality dish.
Correct. Yes to all that. But here's the thing. Be careful with your pasta water because you don't add a lot of it at a time, just a little bit. But finishing your pasta in your sauce is the way to go.
This is interesting. And pair the right pasta with the right sauce for the best texture combos.
Yes, that too.
And it gives you a whole list, which is really nice because, but it makes sense, right? That's why they're made the way they are.
Correct.
To hold certain luggage. Try
suitcases. It's a little suitcase of flavor.
30. Try your hand at roasting a whole chicken. It's easier than you think.
Yes.
Good for you and cheaper than buying individual cuts.
Oh my God. Don't get me started.
So much cheaper. And it is like kind of scary, but you just kind of do it.
Thaw it.
We never thought we'd have to say that.
You need to thaw your chicken always. Don't start cooking it before it's thawed.
No, don't cook any meat before any protein.
Really
frozen.
anything. Really anything.
Really anything. Except frozen spinach I do cook from frozen.
You throw the block in the pan. Well, that probably, but
it's spinach.
Yeah, it's spinach.
It's like petrified spinach too. Okay, 31. If you're getting the hang of using your slow cooker, keeping in mind that the order you add your ingredients is important.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not good at a crock pot. I think because I just throw it all in.
No, I don't. Well, you can, in a crock pot, it gets hot enough. You can sear your meat in there.
Yeah.
So you could, in order to get, so it's not all just like baby food. You can sear the meat and then,
then baby food it.
And then baby food it.
Don't sleep on the beauty of the Dutch oven. It's one of the most useful tools you have.
Yeah.
You have in the kitchen for making one-pot dinners.
Yeah, I love a good Dutch oven.
What does it do that other things don't do?
Well, it holds heat well, and also in a braise, let's say you're making short ribs. And so your meat is only partially covered by the liquid. So you're braising. So in the top, typically in a good Dutch oven, inside the top, there are like little dimples.
Yeah.
So that all the juices rain onto your meat.
It's a juice rain.
It is. It's juice rain, and it keeps it moist.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Got brown bits stuck in the bottom. I'm really hungry. Got brown bits
We're
stuck.
We're going to have cheese and meat soon.
I know. Stuck on the bottom of your pan. Do not waste them. Deglaze your pan with a bit of wine or stock to keep building your flavor.
Absolutely. Yeah. Always if you've got that, and that's called fond, Fond, because it's the foundation of your sauce. Yeah.
If you're cooking only with EVOO, you're doing it wrong. Extra virgin olive oil has a lower smoking point, so try other varieties like avocado oil, which has a much higher smoking point when
Yeah.
stir frying or roasting. So basically, you need to use the correct oil, which does make sense because like we make Asian food and we don't use extra virgin olive oil
Oh no.
because you don't want the flavor of it in the Asian food.
No.
But I tried roasting vegetables the other day with canola oil, and they didn't taste like they tasted gross.
Well, you know why?
It did nothing.
Because canola oil doesn't have any flavor.
I know it didn't work.
It is high heat, high smoking point, but it doesn't have any flavor.
I like this one, and I agree with this one.
Okay.
You should really be baking your bacon, not frying it in a pan.
Yeah, agree.
It's
totally.
easier to cook a bunch at once. It's way less messy. It stays flat, and I think it cooks up nicely, like all the way. Like it's nice.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah, it's so good that way.
You have a lot. I think you have a lot better control.
I agree, and it doesn't shrivel up to a tiny little piece.
Not as much.
Learn.
Okay.
No, it's okay. Learn how to bake something in parchment paper for a no fuss dinner. Yeah, it's basically the easiest way to cook fish, but you can totally make chicken, shrimp, veggies, and eggs in it too. It's like a little steam packet.
Eggs in parchment? I don't know about that. And also, see, they show the hard way to deal with parchment. You know, you can take a sheet of parchment paper and put the stuff in the center and then just wrap it up and put some, am I keeping you up here? Wrap it with some kitchen twine. And then you don't have to do all that crimping stuff.
Yeah, the crimping stuff's hard.
People, you know,
it's hard.
It's hard for them.
It's little. Okay, amp up the moistness and flavor of standard chicken breast by using a marinade.
What?
You can whip one up with just a few as 3 ingredients.
Yes.
Like coconut milk, lemon juice, and kosher salt. That's very weird.
I don't know.
Is that the way I'm supposed to read it or up and down? I don't know what's happening here.
No,
yeah, that's a coconut marinade. Yeah, it
across.
sure does.
Yeah.
Gives you a lot of options, though. Hey, this is a pretty good article.
Put the lime in the coconut.
Mix it all up. And don't over or under marinate. Match your protein to the chart below for just the right amount of flavor. Oh, well, here's the chart below. You have to get this article. I don't marinate every protein, do you?
No.
And I definitely don't marinate my vegetables.
No, they don't need it. They just need salt and pepper and olive oil.
Combine butter and flour to make a roux.
Yeah.
The base of tons of sauces, including bechamel. What you need to make homemade and delicious mac and cheese. We just did a video on this. So our online classes, our online subscription, you sign up now.
Yeah, we did another bechamel skill drill.
Stop listening to us and just sign up right now. It's $15 a month. It's way worth it.
Well, and here's the thing. It's not just us, but it is us. It's all these recipes. Plus, starting in January, we're going to have meal planning and shopping lists and things like that. And so we're upping the value like no other.
It's a one-stop shop.
That's right.
Master the art of making the perfect grilled cheese so you can always feed a crowd or just whip one up. No matter what kind of bread or cheese you want, create your own. I agree, but I don't always make it the same way. Do you?
You mean every time I make it?
A grilled cheese sandwich?
No.
Do you put mayonnaise on it?
Uh-huh.
On the outside.
On the outside.
Do you put anything on the inside other than cheese?
Well, I mean, if I have interesting ingredients, I might. But you mean like in terms of butter or mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Typically, no. I think that, the cheese has enough to support the sandwich, and the mayonnaise on the outside is.
Do you use a particular kind of bread?
No, I just use whatever bread I have.
What you have.
Yeah.
I agree. Some people are very particular about their grilled cheese sandwiches. But
yeah, they want like Texas toast or something like that. I don't want white bread on my grilled cheese sandwich. And I don't want Kraft singles either.
No, that's not cheese.
Sorry.
Clean up as you go using, obviously, a Rachel Ray style countertop garbage bowl. Well, they obviously are getting... yeah. Anyway, any kind of garbage bowl is fine.
Yeah.
But clean as
just
you go.
a bowl to put shit in.
Yeah.
As you trim your vegetables or whatever.
I think cleaning as you go is very important. I mean, you're going to end up with a mess, but like it helps alleviate some of it.
Yeah.
Still need some pointers? Best-selling book, How to Cook Everything.
I do have that book.
Do you?
I think I do.
The basics. We might have to look at that. I think that's all of our. These were pretty good.
I have to tell in the
Yeah.
one of my recent newsletters, because I was actually kind of thinking about mac and cheese, and I ran across, oh, I know what it was. I was reading about it in the New York Times cooking newsletter, and they gave the recipe for Southern mac and cheese. Excuse me, Southern macaroni and cheese, not mac and cheese. And I was reading through the ingredients. It was like, oh my God, this is the way my mom made mac and cheese. And she described it in her little recipe book as different but good.
Your mom.
My mom.
Okay.
So I went through that recipe, and it's almost exactly the same as this one from the New York Times. And it's really makes mac. You bake it. It's not cooked on the stovetop at all. You put everything in a casserole dish and you bake it in the oven, and it's like a custard.
Oh.
So it's kind of firm.
So you can like cut it?
Yeah. Yeah. Now the one in New York Times was super, super cheesy. And what made me think of it was the Kraft singles, because mom in her recipe calls for Velveeta.
Oh yeah. I bet. No, that was a big, I mean,
that was a thing.
It was a thing. That's why they made it, I think, for mac and cheese. Like,
yeah.
That's why Velveeta, I mean, people love Velveeta.
I like Velveeta. So I redid the recipe for the newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
And but I put my mom's version in first,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put my version in.
We should make it.
Yeah, we should.
We should make it.
Yeah, but I had no idea. It's a very traditional. In fact, my understanding is that is the truly African American way of making macaroni and cheese. Not the stovetop stuff with,
it's like goopy.
That's goopy,
Mm-hmm.
but that it's always been baked. And my mom did always refer to her cooking as country. But it's really Southern.
Yeah.
So much.
So nothing else is different about it. Like, it's not like anything weird ingredient. It's just like throw it in the oven and cut out like
you put eggs in it and beat the eggs and milk. And then she used breadcrumbs
on top.
In it. I think really is filler. But I left it in because I thought, well, the texture will be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it's just so interesting, the evolution of food.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating, some of it. And some of it is just boring.
And some of it is dumb.
And some of it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Some of it we'll never do again.
A lot
but
of
I
it.
want to try. We should make that macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe for one of the wintry videos.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Because
it's interesting.
It is different, and I remember it. That was the only way she made mac and cheese.
I've had something like that before, but I don't know if it was mac and cheese. But I've had something with macaroni like that where you cut it in like a square.
Yeah.
Maybe it was. I don't know. We'll make it and find out.
Yeah. Is that it? Are we done?
I mean, it's 13 minutes. I feel like we should talk about something else.
We want to keep you interested.
Someone was talking about accidentally putting sweetened condensed milk in their macaroni and cheese.
Oh no!
But there's no way to come back from that. No. Were they trying to use? What were they trying to use? Evaporated milk. Do you use evaporated milk
in mac and cheese?
Yeah,
I have not. But
did it say in your mom's recipe? I feel like that's something she
just always said milk, and milk meant whole milk.
What's evaporated milk?
That's in the carnation.
I know, but what is it?
I think it's just concentrated milk.
Oh, it's just milk concentrate?
You
like add water to make it go further? I don't know what that is.
Well, you know what?
I'm going to look it up.
My mother-in-law, who was Mexican, used evaporated milk in her coffee.
Really?
Yeah, used it like cream.
Evaporated milk, known in some countries as unsweetened condensed milk, is shelf-stable canned cow's milk product where about 60% of the water has been removed from the fresh milk.
So it's concentrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Yeah, but she used it. My mother-in-law used evaporated milk in many dishes.
Huh. Yeah, and I don't ever use it, do you?
Very rarely. I mean, if it calls, well, I use it sometimes in pumpkin pie
Oh,
when I make the pumpkin puree.
puree.
Yeah,
Huh.
I'll use evaporated milk,
Uh-huh.
but that's because my mom used evaporated milk.
Right.
But it really, you can use cream instead.
Mm. Let's go get some cheese. Mhm. We're gonna go get a snack. I think we're
She's
done.
really hungry. So stay fresh.
Snack bags.